Hello everybody. In this video we are going to implement a new route and we're going to actually be seeing and creating posts through the API. So let's actually get started. As you can see now, I already have my Node.js application open. It's already running in port 3000. Actually, if I hit with the GET request to the API endpoint, of course sending the secret token, we can actually see the response. So the application is up and running and we're able to retrieve some data. Okay, so let's actually do some practical here. One way that I like to actually separate the project is have like a new folder dedicated for the database connections. In this case, instead of doing database connection, just for this example, let's actually just create the element and let's export it. So let's actually create a post JavaScript file. It's going to be a constant post equal an array. And that array will have, let's say, two elements. The first one, let's give it ID of 1. Text is going to be the first post. And the second element, it should be another object inside the array with a comma. And let's give it that one ID of 1 with text I'm second. And actually, let me do a back. There we go. To use escape character in order to actually send the single quote over here. And let's keep it like that. And let's actually export default post. So this will mimic, or how can I say? This will mimic, let me remove my formatting, sorry for that. This will mimic my database connection. Let's say that we're going to the database, here going to be the logic actually. But right now I'm faking that information, having a post element with two different posts. So let's leave it like that. So on API, what we're going to do is actually, we're going to recreate this one. And as we know, we have different verbs that we actually use. So when I do an API post request, I want to send the post. Of course, this post doesn't exist. I need to import it. So let me actually import my double quotes DB connection. Of course, we know that we are faking it right now just for the example. So let me actually just import the post from, I need to go back one level, go to my database, my post. Of course, I'm sending the authorization middleware there. That way we need to be authenticated in order to see the post. So let's see if this actually works. So if we do a post request, a get request to the post endpoint, we should be able to get the both posts. And this is pretty much how the API works. We are require everything and we're sending those posts and they're sending back to be here. Perfect. Let's create another endpoint. It's going to be really similar to this one. But now we're going to declare with an ID as a variable. The variable's ID in the URL need to be defined with a double with this symbol. That means that it's going to be a parameter that's going to be sent. The idea is we say give me post with this particular ID. So we say post 0, we're going to get the first post. If we say post 2, 1, we're going to get the second post and go on depending the ID that we are sending. So we actually execute that. Well, we have this array. So in this example, we just need to do Let's actually do the post. It's going to be our post. We're going to filter. Filter is an expression that JavaScript have. So the MDN, the Mozilla website, have more information about it. So when we want to filter this, we're going to go through each element and see if something get the same shares the criteria that we need. So we are going to declare that each element of post is going to be called P, and we're going to be sending those and creating if the ID is equal, of course, double equal sign in order to make a Boolean reference. Add the request dot parameters dot ID. Why ID here? Because the name that we had it. If we had like a post ID, this should be post ID. Let's actually keep it like that in order to have a little more consistent. And now that we have the post element filtered from here, oh, by the way, because post is an array and we'll filter this element, what I want to get is just give me the first element, just to simplify things right now. So now that we have that element, we can say if the post exists, respond in a JSON format with my post. If not, respond the status 404. Remember, in the authorization services, we responded with 401, that means forbidden. 404 means doesn't exist or not found. So respond with that status and end the connection. Perfect. Of course, we are sending the authentication and middleware. So we need to be authenticated in order to create it. So if we call the post in a GET request, remember, we get everybody. But if we do ID 0, that means /0, we're supposed to get only this element. Perfect. If we do 1 and click enter, perfect. Status okay. If we do something that doesn't exist, for example 3, we get a 404, not found. Cool. So now we have different route to go through the post. What we need to do now is actually, let's create new post element. And this is going to be with a post request. Remember that a post request, what it does is to actually saving or creating a new element. And this needs to be called to the route. So what we're going to do is we're going to say some information in the body of the request. In order to make our application able to see that body, well, we go to the index.js, the main one. And before the router, we need to specify application use, and we do express.json. That way, the application is going to be able to parse JSON bodies. What that means? Well, I will show you that in a minute. So what we're going to see is if my request dot body dot post exists, and then we're going to validate something else. Request.body.post.text exists. We are going to be doing post.push. We're going to save in a new element. And for simplicity right now, we're going to say that we're going to push ID. That's going to be, we are keeping let's keep it simple. The ID is actually the length of the post. So let's actually do post.length And the text is going to be request body text. Cool. It's not. Let's actually look for HTTP error status. Let's go to the 400 one. Client errors. 400 is a bad request. So let's actually do that one. You know what? Let's actually change this a little bit. Let me do post. New post equal. And let's actually do a little bit different. This is const. Perfect. So our new post is going to be this because I'm doing some validation. Let's actually do that validation. Probably going to be better. So if we have, let me do it like this. If the post element exists, we need to check now that the request.body.post.text exists. If not, it's going to be null. And if that exists, it's going to be equal to this ID post.length and text is going to be request body post text, and I will show you what I'm doing actually here. And now what I will check is actually, you know what? Yeah, let's leave it like that. And now I will send the request.json the new post. Oh, but before that, the new post, we need to actually, or the post element, we need to push the new post, and we respond with that. But if this is false, we actually need to respond, and this is a response. So if this doesn't exist, it's going to be respond dot status 400 dot end, and let's do the same here. So if we validating that the post element exists and the text element going to exist, it doesn't exist, we send that if forbid is a bad request. If it does exist, we create a new post element with this information and we push it and you get it. And let me show you how that actually look like. So we can actually do a post request. As you can see, we can change the different options that we have. So instead of doing a get, we're going to do the post to the posts endpoint. And we send it like that, we should get a bad request. We are not sending the information, we're not sending the body that we want. So in order to get the body, we need to send the raw element. This is really important. And type JSON. This is really important too. So we need to open the object. We need to put the double quotes. This is really important. It's how actually this works. So we do post and we open again the curly brackets and we do the text. This is a new post. Of course, text needs to be in double quotes. So if we send this, we get a new element with ID 3 called a new post. This is, let's change actually another post. If we send another post request with another text, it's going to save it as element number 4. So when we save elements like that, we can actually use a get request, returning to a get. The body doesn't matter, but let's delete it just to remove any complexity. So now if I do a get request to the whole post, and we have an issue. Didn't like it. So this actually works. If we do 1, yes, we do 0, we're getting the different elements. If we do 1, I'm second. Oh, this one does working. 3 is there. 4 is there, but 2 is not there. It's having an issue. So because we have malformed data, that's why it's not posting correctly as it's supposed to. So let's actually what we can do. This part. Let's save. Is new post. It's not. Let's actually change back this to null. Let's save this and put it at the end. So let's now navigate. New post is not null. So we actually open parentheses. We can do I believe we can do something like this. No, okay, we cannot do this. We can actually do something like if new post what if when the post we actually do this, if not, else when to do this. Let's actually save. Let's close this just in case. Oh, it restarted. If I go and see my full post, perfect. If I do a post request, and let's actually put it in the post. Text. Hello. Okay, 7 with ID 2. And we change this text to hello again. Save it with ID 3. If we do get request to post, we're supposed to get everybody. Perfect. The first post, the second, the hello and hello again. And if we actually get in by ID, we should be able to get the different requests. Perfect. So now we were actually able to fake a database connection. So what we did pretty much is getting the response, getting a specific post, and creating a new post. In our application, we are not going to delete posts, and we're going to be changing those posts. But if we want that, we can actually use the other elements, the put or the delete element. But for what we are doing, we are going to leave it like that. So in the next video, I will actually, probably I will do offline the routes for the comments and the routes for the friends. That's pretty much the same. Getting comment from a specific post, getting one specific comment, or getting the friends. So it's actually the same dynamic. As you can see, just pretty much copy and pasting, specifying what is going to be the verb or the attribute going to be working, and then we just call it and put the logic in there depending the case. So I hope that you like it. Happy coding, everybody.